Welcome to today's video where I show you how to make these easy Christmas greeting cards with some watercolors. After a month full of Neocolor 2 videos, I'm delighted to be back on other mediums as well. As much as I do love Neocolor 2s, it's always fun to get back to other favorites. And today we will start December with some Christmas card ideas, or these could just be general winter related or kind of holiday greeting cards if you're not someone celebrating Christmas. And we are using watercolors. Today I have here Van Gogh watercolors. These are student grade, pretty affordable, but really good. And you can see that my palette has been much loved and much used. This is the Muted Tones palette, and it includes some really good watercolors. So highly recommend this one. As you can see, as said, it's been much used and loved. And I also have some basic watercolor paper. Today we are using one of my favorites, which is Fabriano's Artistico in, I think this is the cold pressed paper that we are working on today. So I have 3 different easy, simple, beginner friendly and kind of quick projects. So if you're not a beginner, you can just enjoy the fact that these are very quick cards to make. And if you are new to watercolor or more beginner in watercolor, then this is the perfect project also for you. And I have recorded and kind of kept the video in real time, so it's easy to follow along step by step if you want to paint with me. Let me know in the comments if you are someone who loves to make your own Christmas greeting cards or holiday cards, or if you're someone who just goes to the store and buys the prettiest cards you can find. For me, it varies a lot. I love to make my own cards, but at times it can be so much things to do and take care of from kind of work-wise and also in a private life before the holiday season, that at times I also just go and kind of buy ready-made beautiful cards by other artists. But one thing is certain, I'm not one of those who has their Christmas cards ready already in October. I'm someone who has them ready very last minute. So this is also a very good project for anyone who is like me and wants to make some last minute me-made Christmas cards, since this is a very simple project and quick to make each one of these 3 ideas. So this first one is just some greenery. It could be some door decoration or something like that. We are kind of started with very simple circle that I have drafted, and then I added those green leaves and then some red berries. And last but not least, we'll add some red ribbon as decoration. So very simple, but still effective, and there is plenty of room to be creative here. So if you want to add something else, maybe a bit more greenery or, I don't know, more kind of decorative elements, you have plenty of space and opportunities to do that. Next we have a kind of subject that is very traditional for holiday greeting cards. It is, of course, a nice little candle. And here I start with some kind of ready mixed brown that just happened to be on my watercolor palette already, and I'm adding some puffed titanium to it so that we can get this beautiful, I would say, beige color that will be very kind of nice neutral for the actual candle. And as you can see, I always reuse as much as I can. So I kind of leave the watercolor mixes to dry on the palette after I have used it, and then I can re-wet them and add kind of new colors and continue to mix the colors. So sometimes, of course, I have to clean the palette if I have a larger project and want to kind of start fresh. But most of the time I reuse, and my palettes look like this, a real mess. And as you can see, I think every single bit of the plastic palette that can be used for mixing has been used for mixing. And that's also very much me. I love to mix colors, as you know. And this muted colors palette is actually really good for that, especially with this kind of olive green mixed with indigo. I think that makes beautiful dark green, and I use that mix a lot. So for this one, we are adding first a very simple candle, and then we will add some evergreens there to kind of give it a bit warmth, and the beautiful green of Christmas, I'd say, Christmas greens, and the beautiful Christmas greens. And since we are someone who loves berries, I absolutely love to add berries, red berries, to all these kind of different topics. And especially when we have some evergreens or other greenery around Christmas time, I think red berries are just perfect addition to it, and a very nice kind of fresh addition and nice interesting detail to add. So we will of course be adding some red berries to this one as well. Please let me know that I'm not the only one whose watercolor palettes look like this, who absolutely uses them and kind of lets them be messy as they are. I think that even though I would say I'm a pretty organized person, I like to keep my art supplies organized. By the way, not happening all the time, but I kind of in general, I like that. And I also really take care of the different art supplies that I have. But I'm not overly precious about these things. And especially if we are talking about palettes like this, I like to use my watercolors, and it's okay for me to kind of show it. It's okay that the palettes get a bit messy, and then I'll take it from there. But let me know. I think we are kind of different. Each one of us are a bit different about this one. So others I know want to keep their palettes very clean and pristine looking, and others might be a lot messier than I am. And last but definitely not least, I wanted to add a kind of other very classic Christmas subject matter, and that is of course a Christmas ornament. And I wanted to give it a bit, not the most usual color, so we won't be having a red. Well, this time it will be this beautiful, say, grayish blue, kind of grayish turquoise color, which is super pretty. And I'd say that this is maybe the most simple of them all. So if you want to make a very, very simple greeting card, this is kind of your most simple option. Of course, you can make it any color you want, and you can add easily decorations, maybe with some gold gel pen or something. But as such, this is super simple but still effective. And as said, plenty of room then to add also your handwritten message. What I usually do with my greeting cards is that I like to use this kind of proper paper, which is usually white in this case, for my watercolors especially. And then I like to kind of add a colorful cardboard where I add this white paper on. So I kind of build a bit of stack so that it can have this colorful framing, and then the card itself is colorful, and I can kind of turn it around and add my greetings to the back of the card. So that's usually my process. I have a pretty good stack of cardboard for card making, so I like to do it that way. And since we don't want this ornament just hanging there on its own, I think we want to add some greenery there, so there is some sort of green branch. And it's a bit different. We are gonna just add some random green leaves, indicating that there is some kind of beautiful little winter branch that has this ornament decorating it. Let me know in the comments what are your favorite subjects for holiday greeting cards. I would love to know, because it's always so inspirational to hear what others like to create. And also let me know if this video inspired you to maybe take a little wintry, Christmassy, holiday seasonally painting session or art session for yourself, because that's really what this channel is all about. I really hope to inspire you to take some time for your daily art, or at least weekly art. So I hope so much that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will be inspired, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye for now.